Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, it's day 3000. I've done it, I've played 3000 days in my survival world, and so today we're going to be going over what I've done since day 2000. Now you might be asking, Sanity, you haven't posted a video from this world basically since day 2000. What have you been doing? And to answer that question, I owe you guys an apology as the viewer, people following what I've been doing and watching my videos. I owe you guys an apology because, that's a seagull, but not because of that, but because I've been really busy. I haven't been getting videos out. I am currently in college and also working a part-time job, so I just really haven't had the time to sit down and record videos. I've had time to play little bits and pieces here, but I haven't had the time to properly sit down and record. So today, what we're going to be doing is going through and looking at what I've been doing since day 2000. The first and biggest thing that I've done, you can see in the fog in the horizon over there, is I have built my very first mega base. My biggest build ever done in survival. I didn't plan it out in creative beforehand either. I'm calling this the Sabatorum. And it's basically, what I built is, in my opinion, it's like a big sci-fi type military base over here. All the ground is custom terraformed. But yeah, I built this. This took me, I think, a month of building after like a month of gathering materials. But there's 3 identical hangars. I've started putting tanks and military vehicles in the first one here. Each hangar can hold about 5 tanks. But I haven't finished the interior. I really just got the hangars and the hallways on the first level done, as you can see. But inside here, there's a lot of room, as you can see. This is the inside of the Sabatorum, my mega base. I have a lot of work left to do in here, so hopefully I can get working on this. But I'll be honest, I did this so fast that I really burnt myself out from this project. So I have been working on other stuff since then. But the Sabatorum, I've got a lot of plans for barracks and like mess halls, prisons, planning rooms, the officers' quarters. I have so many plans for this. There is one room that I've done on the inside, and that is an armory, which I'm still debating whether or not I actually like the armory. I think it looks more like a storage room than anything. This area is good. I like this, but it leaves room to be improved on. Looking at the Sabatorum from the outside, the front has the 3 hangars with a big like overhanging bay window on the front. The sides, they're nothing special. But moving on to the back. The back, I have a lot of detailing left to do on the outside of the structure, but the back does have a smaller entrance here into what's going to be a secondary smaller hangar. And then off to the side, it's kind of blank, but it does have the row of windows, which that tinted glass was a pain to gather. It took so long. Now, across this ocean from the Sabatorum and my city that I've been building, I started clearing out this bamboo jungle over here. I've got plans that I'm kind of still developing for what to put over here. I'm either thinking some kind of like a modern city over here, or like a custom jungle temple. I think both of those would look really cool. But this is actually an island, so I've debated whether or not I should clear out the rest of the island. I think it'd be kind of cool to terraform the entire thing. But that's a future project, so subscribe to the channel and keep watching, because eventually we'll do something there. The only change I've made to the city of Einheit directly is right over here, with this gatehouse. The first tower there, that was built when I built this building within the first 100 days of being on the world. But I've duplicated it and put a little archway in between them to add a gatehouse on the back of the city. In addition, when I was clearing the forest, I uncovered a cave that I turned into a mining operation for all the copper that is being used to build the castle. If you caught that, I put a minecart chest running in a loop. I really like that, it adds life to the build. But yeah, there's just a crane and some simple stairs going down into the cave underneath. This is where they're getting all the copper. I just thought it added some life to the city, kind of some explanation as to where they got all that copper and tuff to build the castle. And it's the quarry right out here between the castle and the city. Now, my next big project that I started is out past spawn here a little ways. I have built roads to connect them all, but it's faster to fly, so I normally just fly. But as you can see rendering it on the horizon, the next project I started is an ancient Roman city. So far I just have 2 little houses, but I did build a massive Colosseum on the edge of the city. I do have to give credit, I'll link it in the description of the video. I got a lot of the inside of this from Pinterest. I had a post on Pinterest that I was looking at to build the inside of this. The outside walls of it are all my own, but I did get a lot of inspiration from Pinterest. Because circles are hard to build in a game of cubes. But I did do redstone. So when you flip that lever, these walls come up, which allows for you to use the new spear and horses, and you can use this for jousting matches. Which I know they didn't really do jousting in the Colosseum, but it works. It's Minecraft, use your imagination. These other 2 Roman houses out here are the start of what's going to be a city spanning around this little lake here and into the surrounding hills for Rome. I haven't really been working on this much because my sandstone has been going towards the next project I'm about to show you, but I have a little stables over here, and this is just kind of the gatehouse to the bridge. I've got a little pen with some cows on the side, but underneath the balcony we see the grand bridge that spans over an ocean. This took way too much stone, and I have yet to build the pillars going down to the bottom of the seafloor, but that is a problem for future me. Now, we cross this bridge, and the road continues through the desert, which I've had to add some support bridges because the train wasn't in favor. But if you go back and watch some previous videos of mine, you can see we've been building a custom desert city that's over my stronghold. I did most of this on camera, but I have done a lot more smaller buildings in the city that I haven't recorded, so we're going to look at that next. This is the main courtyard beside my house right here, where I've added a lot of smaller little buildings over on this side. Some awnings going over the pathways, and just a lot of... I want the streets to be tight. I want this to be a really compact city with levels and streets, kind of like an Assassin's Creed style, where you can, kind of jump up and run across the roofs and walkways of the buildings. I've also added this larger building on the side here, but moving down the road, this is my most recent thing that I've built in my survival world, and my favorite. The raw gold blocks are such a good block to build with, but they are so hard to gather and mine. This is a little area of the eventual city that'll be all around here that's going to have a little courtyard with some fairly detailed buildings, in my opinion. I really like the design on these, using the colors of the oranges, blues, and like the yellows with the raw gold, honeycomb, bamboo mosaics. But this building right here with the domed roof actually has a glass floor because I found a fossil and I dug all the way down to reveal it, and I decided to build a building over it. So this is going to be kind of like a little museum in a sort, so you can walk in and see the fossil down below. But as it stands, I'm super happy with how this desert village has been turning out. I am so hyped to work on this. This is probably my favorite city of the 3 that I'm building so far. I'm almost done with the first one. I think there's just a couple buildings left in the city of Einheit, which is where my starter base is and where I started the world 3,000 days ago. Now, there's one more thing that I did in my survival world. With this, my main house in the desert, it's built in a specific location for a good reason. Because when we reach the bottom of the bubble elevator, we have the end portal. I built this house over the stronghold, and I've dug out a room here and built a custom little area for the end portal. The way you get in it is you go up these stairs, and then there's just a diving board straight in. And as a quick message, I've been learning how to use Adobe Premiere Pro. Beforehand, I was using Microsoft Clipchamp to edit my videos. But video editing, and more specifically the recording aspect of videos, is something that I want to really try and get better at and push myself this summer. My goal is to try and get one video out a week. That's going to be kind of hard for me because I've got a lot of stuff going on. But I would really appreciate any support that you guys can give, subscribing, commenting, sharing the videos with friends, whatever it could be. I'm really trying to get better at this. It is a passion of mine, and I want to see it. I want to be able to deliver a product in the form of videos that I'm happy with. So anything that you can do to help me out would be great. Especially if anybody knows how to time-lapse building on Bedrock, how to do time-lapses. Because as far as I know, without getting a second account onto the world and just recording from their POV, I don't really know how to do time-lapses, but I would love to do them. So if anybody knows how to do that, if you could comment, that would be fantastic. And that would help me out a lot. But I'm afraid that that's going to have to do it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Please like, subscribe, and share this video with friends to help get my content out there more.